Welcome to the woods. A glass of water. Trying to cut down on the coffee. I'm kind of covered in sawdust. Not sawdust, but bits of wood. I've been chopping wood for the winter. Preparing. And I've still got a hell of a lot more to process, to get through. But I thought I'd take 10 minutes, sit down, have a glass of water, and have a chat. Using the log splitter today, instead of chopping the wood by hand, using an axe, which I do quite often, I thought I'd plug in the log splitter and see how much I could process. And it's a handy bit of kit. It's not massive, 6-ton splitter, not overly expensive, and chops wood probably slower than I can do it by hand, but it's a lot less work. And I can actually unfold a little camping chair and chop the wood without too much effort, which is handy. And it got me thinking about technology, which I've spoken about before. And most of you watching this will know about the Great Reset and the Fourth Industrial Revolution, and how technology and automation are going to reduce employment, and not only reduce employment, but through the technology, in order to control the population or populations around the world, it's going to be technology that's used to control them instead of what they used to use, which was employment, which without a doubt has been held at artificial levels in order to control people. It's difficult to think outside the box, difficult to see a bigger picture when you're kept at a level where you've got to be at work by 8, you do your 8-9 hours work, you drive home an hour home, sit down, plug into the TV, get up the next morning, drive to work, do your 8-9 hours work, get in your car, drive home, plug into the TV, get up in the morning and keep on doing it. It's a form of control. But as automation kicks in and as technology takes these jobs away from people, you're going to end up with a lot of people with a lot of time. And when people have got time, they tend to look around at what's happening, start asking questions. And the powers that be aren't too keen on that. So they need to come up with new ways in which they can control the populations. And that'll be done through technology. They're pushing hard at the moment for the digital IDs. And more things are happening which are going to kind of make that a necessity, or most people are going to see it as a necessity to have these IDs, which will be used to control. So technology on the one hand can be a really handy thing. I'm videoing this on a smartphone. I'll be posting it, and most of you will be watching this on either a phone or a laptop. Technology, it's handy. It'd be rather difficult for me to get this message to 1,000, maybe 2,000 people by any other means. And on the other hand, technology used to control your life, control what you think, control what you do. Pros and cons. And I was reading an article about localism, about keeping things, businesses, local and national instead of global, and how that can be a way forward. And talking about in this country how we could up food production so that we are self-sustained. We don't need to import foods from other parts of the world, and at the same time being able to free up some farmland, to rewild some of that farmland. And again, through using technology, this is now possible. Technology and automation, where you can now farm vertically with advancements in hydroponics. You can grow things here that you never used to be able to. And all of these things are possible because of technology. Which brings me back to something I've stated before many times. That the problem isn't with technology. The problem is with how it's used and with who's using it. Because it could be used to make things better, to give people more freedom, instead of being used to concentrate wealth for an elite, whilst containing and controlling everyone else. And I think we need to understand that anything we do going forward is going to need to involve technology. I don't see this as a bad thing. I think it's a way we could possibly show people how technology could be used for our advancement and not our constriction. And I think that groups out there who are talking about moving forward need to start including technology within their plans. We don't want to be seen as a backwards moving, backwards looking group, movement. We need to go forwards using the technology we've got, and hopefully improving on that technology in order to make things better for our people, better for our future. And there's a way of combining the two. I've said many times that the way I live out here really is very simple. And it is simple. It's a simple home built out of wood. But it's possible through the use of technology. Solar panels, complicated computerized inverters and chargers for batteries. And it would be possible to do away with all of that and go back even further and have none of that and have no electricity. It's possible, but not something I would particularly look forward to. Nor do I see any reason to do that. It is quite beautiful out here, you know. I spoke to someone the other day, and I said that every time I leave here and go into town, see the headlines on the newspapers in the corner shop. It seems like things get a little bit crazier every day. And I don't watch TV, so I'm not bombarded with this insanity. But I hear about it. I hear about it from the people I talk to. I catch snippets of it. Madness. The world truly does seem to be heading in all the wrong directions. And then I come back here and I can sit down and listen to the chickens and the birds, surrounded by nature. And it's kind of nice. It grounds you. I can do some manual work, chopping wood. Or I might use the log splitter, not so manual. But it makes sense. I know that if I put in some hard work now and split the logs down, stack them, dry them, come the winter, I can burn them for fuel that I don't need to pay for. A simpler way of life that makes sense when compared to the madness I see going on out there. And it is crazy. The whole year and a half we've had with the pandemic, insanity, the push for passports and digital IDs, more insanity. What's recently happened in Afghanistan, and the West saying yet again they'll accept, how many is it, 2,000? Probably end up being 10,000 refugees. And I feel for anyone who lives anywhere and doesn't like it. But all these people coming over seem to be of fighting age men who maybe should stay at home and fight if that's what they feel like doing. I didn't realise we had room for another 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Where are they going to put them? Madness. But I can come back here and not worry about it. I can just sit, enjoy the quiet, and most times that's okay. But sometimes I do realise that madness is getting closer, that it's encroaching. So I think it's important that we pull together, that we talk about these things, that we talk about ideas on how we would like to move forward, what kind of country we want to live in, and how we could make things better. Bit of a ramble really today, but that's okay. Just a 10-minute break while I have my water before I get back to chopping more wood. Take it easy, you lot. I'll speak to you soon.